and welcome to DeepDive Talent Insights and Analytics channel. I'm glad you're here. This is I Think I Love My Job. If you're new, hey! If you don't know me, I am Kalifa Oliver, your resident expert in all things employee experience here at DeepDive. What are we going to talk about today? Me! Let's go. I've had people ask me to tell them a little bit more about myself, so I thought I would do that today. Not for long, I won't keep you. It's not that serious, but you know, a little bit more about who I am and my background and who is this person who is doing these videos. So any accent that you hear, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. It is a tiny little island in the Caribbean right above Venezuela. I was joked that I'm truly a Trinbagonian, as we call it, because my daddy is Trinidadian and my mother is Tobagonian, and together, here I am. I chose industrial and organizational psychology a long time ago because I've always had two things that I liked very much. It was business and it was psychology, and it felt right. It felt like something I was really interested in. The psychology of business and how to support employees. It's always been a passion for me, but also from the organization's perspective, how do you support employees, right? You invest a lot in employees. How do you balance that? If I were not an IO consultant, so if I would not, I think I would be. I originally wanted to be a child psychologist, but then I realized I don't know if I had a heart and stomach for it because I knew the kind of things I'd see. I secretly have always wanted to produce music, right? But I'd probably be like a teacher. I come from a family and a long line of teachers. I love teachers. My interest in employee experience as a concept started a few years ago when I started building out continuous listening systems, usually with an annual or staff survey for a few companies and a few organizations in my earliest parts of my career. And I started to realize that we were missing a lot of information, and a lot of companies were making big decisions on one survey, on limited data, and without the context of a lot of other things they could be finding out or asking. I also looked at how organizations treated customer data, and I felt like there was room to do that within the employee space. Why did I start this channel? Well, I like to talk. No. I decided to start this channel a few months ago. It was always something that I was supposed to do. I know, friends, y'all know. It was something that I thought I could do. I had been playing with the idea and I'd been trying to figure out the best way to communicate some of the things I know. I have lots of conversations with people from multiple different companies about solutions and ideas to implement continuous listening and employee experience programs and systems. And I realized that one of the biggest issues was there's nobody who's just breaking it down and making a conversation out and having that discussion. It occurred to me that a lot of what we do, because there's so much quantitative and qualitative data and analysis and models, that it could be intimidating. And it could be something that people are like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that because it's just not something I understand. But I think it's so important that you can find ways to make it palatable. And I actually really enjoy taking big, bold, technical concepts and really just doing that. In my field, you typically have two tracks. It's academic track or it's applied track. I had originally thought I wanted to do an academic track because I really love teaching, but I also like money. Okay, but I also liked the idea of putting these concepts that I was learning into action within a business setting and really seeing the results. So it became more appealing to me to take the applied route. My wish with this channel is to get people to understand that this work is hard but doable, and the investment in people and organizational investment in people experience programs is totally worth it. It is not as far-fetched as people think it is. And one of the other things is, a lot of times when you think of HR, people think fluffy. I do think that using empirical data within HR is still a fairly new concept to a lot of people. So the idea of doing HR analytics, people analytics, HR analysis, employee research is still very nuanced for a lot of people, and my hope is to expand my work and make it accessible. Deep dive is my passion. My passion project, my passion company. This is my passion project. I am extremely grateful for any support that I've gotten out there, and thank you for questions that you've sent me and any feedback that you've sent me. I'm learning. I do all of it. I do all of it. I took some time to learn how to do some production, how to use the camera, how to get lighting right. It will get that over time, I'm sure, but it just it's worth it. I really enjoy doing this stuff. I really do. I always say that there is always room for a brilliant experience because I truly believe it. I do think that we think that with an organization, work has to be one way and work has to be painful and you can't have balance, and I don't think it has to be. I think we have to make the shift in thinking. I think we all need to think differently. Work doesn't have to be one way. Work doesn't have to be one thing. Work doesn't have to be painful. And there are enough tools and technology out there to make a difference. And it is up to organizations and people who are responsible for making decisions for people within organizations to think differently. Hashtag think differently. Well, that is all for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. Yes, I'm supposed to shout out my school. I went to Benedict College, HBCU in Columbia, South Carolina. Go Tigers. And then I got my master's and my PhD at Clemson University. Also, go Tigers. I'm a proud Tiger all around. If you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. That is it for today, and remember, there is always room to have a brilliant experience. Bye.